Hi, welcome to Backyard Artists. I'm Kelly, and this coming up is Mother's Day just around the corner. And I started thinking because I was kind of getting really nostalgic because my daughter just went to prom and she's 16 and she's a junior, and next year, she's starting off at colleges and like all those things. And all I remember is like, I see her and she's growing up into this beautiful young woman and having to make big life decisions, but I still see my little girl, and it's really bittersweet watching prom and watching her. It was just so beautiful and so cute and so bittersweet. So, in lieu of that, we also have a generational Mother's Day painting party coming up at a Cherry on Top ice cream shop this Friday, April 5th. So I would love to see you there. We're going to be doing a portrait painting of like a mother, daughter, grandmother, like generations in one painting that I thought would be amazing if we could do it together. And I would love to see you there. But while we are painting today, we're going to be doing a painting of an ice cream cone because it's going to be for the ice cream cone shop. And my daughter absolutely loves ice cream. So while we're painting, I wanted to share some pearls of wisdom that I've learned through the mistakes that I've made growing up. Pearls of wisdom that I wish to impart on my daughter. So I figured if I'm going to share this with my daughter, I could share it with you too. And maybe it might help you. And maybe not. And if you have anything to add, I would love to see it below. So here we go. We're going to get started. We're going to paint a cute little ice cream cone. This would be perfect if you are doing like an at-home art project, or you wanted to do your own little paint party at home, maybe, or a birthday party. There's so many different things you could do with this. And, summer's around the corner. It's spring and the weather is finally starting to get a little warmer. It's still really rainy, but it's a cute little at-home project for spring break that would be real easy to follow along with. So let's get started. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started painting our cute little ice cream cone we got here. I'm going to do mine. We are going to do lots of sparkle today. Lots of metallics. Like, I love bright, shiny things. I think if I was an animal, I'd probably be a dragon, for sure. I love sparkly things, and when my kids piss me off, I start breathing fire. So I'm a dragon. All right, so I'm going to start with my base layer as a lilac purple. And today I am using, this is a 9x12 mixed medium paper. So it comes in a little spiral notebook. Looks like this. There's 40 sheets in it. I like using this, like the paper, because then I can frame it. And if my kids are doing this, I think it's really cute. So actually, you know what, too, if you want, I can create a little ice cream template. If you don't feel comfortable freehanding this, I can draw it out for you. Actually, why don't we do that real quick? I'll draw our little freehand. This is a paint pen. I should probably use a marker. But if you're going to freehand this, this is what we're going to do. You're going to start out with a little circle at the top. We're going to go do like a little half circle. See? Little half circle. And then you're going to create another half circle. Kind of like parentheses on each side. And then you're going to do little swoops, like cloud-shaped swoop, swoop, swoop. Just like that. So it looks like a little blubby blob. And then add some like little squigglies if you want. If you want some kind of topping for, like hot fudge or caramel or strawberry. Or maybe that's another scoop of ice cream. That's cool too. And then we're going to add some more parentheses. So you're going to go zoop, zoop, more parentheses, and then more clouds. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Again, I'll copy this and I'll make it a tracer for you so it's easy to follow. And then we're going to do a V shape. So come down as far as you want. Depends how big your cone is. Some cones are real skinny, some cones are real thick, and we're going to just do a little V shape and voila. And if you want to add a little cherry on top, do another circle and a little half C at the top. So we're going to paint over this, so that's not going to matter so much. So there. Then we're going to take our fatter brush and we're going to start adding in our background. So this is a flat edge 5/8 brush. It's the same thing that we use for our gnomes, if you watch the gnome. And I'm going to do my base layer in lilac purple. Or I think it's lavender purple, actually. I'll just start painting that on. Oop, I'm going to get some more. Now I'm going to add some sparkle. So, I'm going to try to get this done in 15 minutes. And we're going to kind of power paint. So maybe I should set a timer. Alexa, set a timer for 12 minutes. We'll see if we can. Well, thank you. We'll see if we can power paint through this, how far we can get. I got my cover. So I have a cover down here too. So I don't get any paint on my desk here. And if you paint over the lines, totally fine. I'm going to fill back in. We're going to brush, brush, brush. I think this is a super cute idea. If you are, for one, if you have like little kids, you can even fill this in with crayon too. Oh my goodness, that would be cute. Crayon or colored pencil or watercolor. You know, it's a cute little project. It would be great for if you were doing this on canvas, if you want to do birthday parties, or if you had like a little piece of wood, like a little circle wood, and you wanted to make a door hanger with like, and then add your kid's name to it. That would be super cute too. But we are going to power paint this cute little ice cream cone. So, oh, something else. So, the inspiration behind the ice cream cone came because this Friday on October 5th, or gracious, we're in April. I have no idea where October came from. You know what? I think it's because I was thinking about my pony and her name is Pumpkin Spice. And I associate pumpkin spice with October in the fall. And I was just thinking about my little mini pony. She is a fat little thing. She's like this big little ball of fur. But yes, so April 5th, Friday, April 5th at 6 o'clock, we backyard artists, myself, my mom, and my daughter may or may not be there. It depends on what she's feeling that night. But we're going to be painting at Cherry on Top Ice Cream Shop. And it's going to be a generational painting for Mother's Day. I am super, super, super excited about it. It's going to be so amazing. So I would love to see you there. So that's where the inspiration behind the ice cream cone came today. Because I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about, you know, how I wanted to play out. But I was also thinking about Mother's Day. And, you know, things I would, pearls of wisdom I would love to impart to my daughter. She is 16 years old, and she just had her prom night. And it was really bittersweet, like, because she's growing up to be this beautiful, amazing young lady, and like, she's grown. I mean, she's not full grown, she's not an adult, but she's growing up, and I look at her and I still see like my precious little baby girl, and I'm like, oh man. So, and what happens, like, one day she's going to be out in the world free and on her own and doing her thing. And I want so badly for her to just be set up for success. So she doesn't have to struggle through things that I struggled with. So that got me to thinking, like, what are some pearls of wisdom I would give her if she had actually asked, which I'd tell her anyway, but, and then I was like, well, maybe I could share this with you too. So, my first pearl of wisdom, as we were painting this adorable little ice cream cone, kind of filling in the little blank spaces. Usually I just go swish, 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 swish all the way across, and then I do my cone on top. But if you're going to put your ice cream cone on like this, and you're going to trace it on, this is how I would do it. I would do the background first, and then, whoop, got some red in that, and then go around. So my first pearl of wisdom that I would tell her is to 100% follow your dreams. Follow your gifts first, but try to bring your gift into your dreams. So there's a difference. I love Steve Harvey, and he talks about this a lot. And he talks about how your gift isn't necessarily your dream. Your gift is your gift from God. God gave you your dreams too, but your gift is that thing that God gave you that you do better than anybody else. Or you do it differently than anybody else. And everybody has that. So I want her to follow that, find that thing that is uniquely hers, and go for it. So she has a lot of talents. But she's so good with babies. Like, she loves babies. I personally do not relate to it. I'm not a baby person. I love my baby, but in general, I don't think babies are cute. I'm not one of them baby people. Unless we're talking about baby horses or like little baby ducklings or like little baby animals. Oh my goodness, heck yes. But little baby humans, I'm sorry. That's not so much me. But I love my baby. My baby was the cutest baby in the world. As I'm sure every mother thinks. But I would tell her to follow your dreams. 100% follow your dreams. But have a plan. Have a very well thought out plan for success. You don't want to go chasing your dreams all willy nilly and then 10 years down the road you're nowhere because you really didn't have a path to follow, because you didn't have a clear target for what you were going for. You just knew you had this dream, but that was kind of it. You didn't really plan it out. You didn't think about it. You just kind of went flying around the world with no destination. Have a well thought out plan. So I am now adding my metallic purple. So this isn't going to go on as heavy, so that's why I did the base layer first in the lighter purple. So this is metallic pastel purple by Folk Art Color Shift. Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorites. And while you're planning out your future and thinking about it, I mean, you don't have to plan it out exactly to the T, but have a general idea of what you want. What do you want your life to look like? Do you want to be the kind of person, and this could change, it could absolutely change, it certainly changed for me. Do you want to travel? What kind of job do you need to allow yourself to travel, if that's what you want to do? Do you want to go exploring in the mountains? Do you want to be able to go to the finest restaurants and hotels in the world? Or do you want to just go hiking through the mountains for months on end and just live the wilderness life? Do you want to be supporting charities and missions projects? All those things require a little bit of planning. That if you don't think about ahead of time, you might fall into it and you might have some success, but you're not going to be as successful as if you would be if you had thought about this ahead of time. So, plan, have your dreams, but also take an hour, sit down, write it down on paper, and think about, what do you want your life to look like? 5 years, 10 years, 50 years? Because at some point you're going to need to retire. And if you don't have some kind of retirement plan, and I know as a kid, that's not something you necessarily want to think about, but these are things that I wish I had thought about when I was younger, because I certainly did not very much. And I definitely would have made some decisions a little differently. Oh, I love this. I love this metallic purple. I love metallics. So I'm just kind of brushing it on so it has like a little bit of a whimsical kind of look. Not super. If you're a type A personality, you're not going to love this probably. Because it's kind of like all over the place. But this is where we're at. Alright, and we're going to rinse our brush. I'm going to go ahead and get started on our ice cream cone. Alright, so we have step 1. Have a dream. Have a plan. Like Rapunzel. She had an idea of what she wanted. She wanted to go see the lights. She didn't have a very good plan for that, and it got her in trouble. She knew she had a dream. She did not have a plan. Make yourself a plan. Alright. Now we're going to start with our ice cream cone. Grab a medium brown. And we're going to use a medium brown on that one. And this one is honey brown. That one I didn't use the honey brown. I went a little different direction on that one. Whew, I wonder how we're doing on time. We're going to power paint. Alright, so flat edge, clean brush, and we are going to fill this in. Kind of outline it. So I like using the skinny side of my flat edge brush while I am outlining, and then kind of fill it in. If you go outside the lines, not a big deal. It's okay. Because you can always outline this again later. That the lines are just kind of like guidelines. Not a set in stone, don't cross this barrier, do not pass go type of deal. Oh, what was it they had said in the Pirates of the Caribbean? They're more like guidelines, not... Oh, shoot, I can't remember it. But yeah, okay, so we're going to fill in your cone. That's step one for your cone. Now let's go ahead and fill in the top part of our ice cream cone. So, Lily really loves birthday cake ice cream. I think she did like strawberry ice cream for a little bit there. Maybe we'll start with that part. Yeah, so I'm going to grab, I have a little bit of pink on here from earlier. Bubblegum pink. So we're going to go ahead and fill that in right there. So I have, nope, we're going to stick with the same brush. So point number 2. Baby, you ain't going to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. You don't want to be everybody's cup of tea. I know everybody wants to be liked, and there's nothing wrong with that. Fitting in socially is very important and very healthy. But there is a point where it becomes unhealthy. And you can't please everybody. Not everybody's going to like you because there's so many different personalities out there. So many different interests, so many different views, so many different ways of looking at life. So, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. You don't want to be everybody's cup of tea. You want to be your cup of tea. You want to be able to live with yourself at the end of the day with whatever decision you make, little or big. You, first and foremost, you need to like who you are before you worry about anybody else liking who you are. Because if you like who you are and you're the kind of person that you want to be, like-minded people are going to gravitate towards you. So I'm taking my white and I'm dabbing. That's a little bit of dimension to this. So you just don't worry about what other people think. Just do you, boo, and be true to yourself. Decide. Again, take another hour. This is one of the most... oh no. Alexa, off. Man, was it 15 minutes? 12 minutes already? I got 3 minutes. You need to... I lost my train of thought. This is one of the best exercises I think I've ever done that I did in my late 20s. And it was when I was really kind of like finding my way with God, because I was really lost and really angry and kind of mad at the world. And this is something I forget where I learned it from. But anyway, so take an hour. And before you get into any relationship, before you, whether it's personal or business or just a friendship, think about what kind of person you want to be. What kind of daughter do you want to be? What kind of human being do you want to be? What kind of friend do you want to be? List these things out. These are important things to think about, because there's going to come times when something's going to test you. And you're going to have to make a decision, and you're going to have your own morals and your own code of conduct that is going to guide you through being whatever type of person it is that you want to be. Because otherwise, if you don't decide what type of person you want to be, somebody else is going to decide it for you, and you're just going to be along for the ride. So I personally would rather have that thought out. For example, in a relationship, are you going to be the kind of person that looks at another person when they walk by because they look good? Are you okay with that? Are you not okay with that? Does that bother you? Does it not bother you? Me, personally, I don't like that. And not because of jealousy or anything like that, but because if I'm with somebody, my attention should be with them. When I'm praying to God, I ain't praying to any other God. And I'm not saying my other half is like God, but like, it deserves that same devotion. Because if you're over here looking at something else, you're not paying attention to the one you got. That's how I feel about it. But that's my personal decision. Not everybody agrees, and that's fine. And if you're the kind of person that says, you know, I don't mind, you know, window shopping, that's up to you. That's not for me to judge. It's not for you to judge. It's not for anybody to judge. My point is, you just need to figure out what you are okay with. There's all types of people out there, and you're, like I said, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. So decide what kind of person you want to be. Let's move on to this top one. So I love I love the dab dab dab. So if you have strawberry ice cream and there's like little strawberry ice cream chunks in there, that's perfect. Add a little bit of dark, add a little bit of light. You got your medium for your base. You are solid. Oh, heck yes. Our cone, well, I put it on a little bit thick, so my cone is still drying. All right, let's move on to, we're going to do birthday cake ice cream up here. So this is kind of, I have white on my little plate here, and it has a little bit of red and a little bit of yellow and stuff mixed in. I'm just going to go with that. So I'm going to kind of throw that on there because birthday cake is many different colors. I think. The one that we get anyway is a couple different colors. I forget what brand it is. It might be just some generic brand, to be honest. There are some things that I will spend money on and some things I will not. I personally like to choose spending money on my horses. So I will compensate in other ways. Ice cream is one of them. I love ice cream. But when we're getting ice cream from the store, I'll sacrifice for the brand. There, and I'm just going to paint over my lines right there. This is going to be, actually I might paint over that one too, just to give it a layer to cover up. This is going to be our hot fudge up here. There we go. All right, so we got our second layer of ice cream on there. I'm going to go ahead and do some more dab dab dabs. Maybe I'll do kind of like how I did on this with the birthday cake, some dab 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 in yellow. So I'm going to take yellow. Whoops, I'm going to take the yellow. I'm going to take the white. So yellow on one side, white on the other. And just kind of do a little dab dab dabs. Blend it in a little bit. And then I'll move on to the next color. Let me add a tiny bit more white. Oops. Oop, lost the power painting effect. All right. So, and then I'm going to go with a little bit of orange, a little bit of white. And again, I'm going to do a little dab, dab, dabs. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. Because birthday cake ice cream is all cool colors. And I think I might take a little bit of blue. And do the same thing. A little bit of blue, a little bit of white. Power paint, dab, dab, dab. That was like a metallic-y blue too. Oh gosh, I love that metallic-y blue. That is, oh nope, not peacock pearl. That is ice blue. One of my favorite blues. Again, and I'll post all these colors down at the bottom. There we go. Cute little effect. Whoop, almost dipped my paintbrush in my drinking water. Don't do that. All right, and then we're going to move on to the hot fudge. So for the hot fudge, I have, this color is called, where's it at? Real Brown, I believe. Yep, Folk Art Real Brown. If you want to do caramel, you could do a little bit lighter. And then we're going to kind of trace over the lines that we have. Turn on some music and just kind of paint away. This is what I love about art. It can be so creative and you can just do whatever your heart's desire is. Come around that cherry. There we go. And then, while that is drying, because we are going to do another layer, I think, maybe. We're going to go down here, and we are going to get our light brown, and we're going to start adding some detail. So this brush is a small angled brush. Yeah, so the tip of it kind of goes on a little bit of an angle. and it is a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to take my light brown, this one's fawn brown, and we're going to pick a direction that we want to go in. So I'm going up and down. Let me start down here. And we're just going to do straight lines on a little bit of an angle. If you run out of paint on your brush, it's fine. Just stay committed and just keep going. You can always add a little bit more the next pass. I'm going to outline this over here. So they're kind of all going in the same general direction. And then we're going to do the same thing. So we're going up and down, and then we're going to go across at a 90-degree angle. I'll start down here. All right, so point number 3, be careful who you surround yourself with. The 5 people you surround yourself with most, that includes what you listen to and watch on TV too. What you listen to, what you watch on TV, who you're surrounded by, including your family, is going to have an influence on the person that you are. Again, it's super important for you to decide early, what kind of person do you want to be? Because then that's going to influence the type of people that you're around. Now, we're going to take a dark brown. We're going to take our same real brown. We might let that dry for a second, actually. Let's take our cherry red. We're going to add our cherry on top. Actually, I have some out already. So I have cherry red, DecoArt cherry red. And we're going to fill in our little cherry up here. So it's very important to think about ahead of time. Again, like I said earlier, what kind of person you want to be, because there's going to be so many things that influence you, including your family. And if it's not something that resonates with the type of person that you want to be, you need to separate yourself from that. That includes if it's me. As her mother, if I'm not the type of person that is building her up, I would not like it, but I should be okay with her, if I'm pulling her down and being toxic, that she needs to be around people that build her up. I fully 100% wholeheartedly support that. Being around toxic people is not going to get you anywhere in life. So be very careful who you surround yourself with. You're going to be guilty by association, both good and bad, with that. So perfect example is if you have a group of friends and they're acting like idiots and they get in trouble for something and you're with them, even if you didn't do it, you're probably going to get in trouble too, and it's not going to end too well. And if you're surrounded by good people, they're going to help build you up. Now, we're going to start doing our shading effect. So we're going to pick one side and we're going to stay consistent. So we're going to do top to bottom first, and I'm going to pick this side. I'm going to stay on that side on every line. I'm going to follow that. I'm not going to cross over those horizontal lines. I'm going to stay in my box and go up and down. There we go. If your paint's still wet, be careful that you don't dip your hand in that. I'm not going to worry about that side so much. Get this side right here. We have our lines up and down, and now we're going to go this way. But again, you're going to stick with the same one on each side. So if you stay in the top, stay in the top for all of them. If you stay on the bottom, stay on the bottom for all of them. And you're going to touch this line that you just made. And don't change yourself to fit somebody else's idea of who you should be. Again, you need to be happy with who you are. And if somebody else doesn't like who you are, then that's their problem. That's not your problem. And what people think of you is none of your business. That's not your business. It's their business. What you think of you is your business. So stay on the top. Stay on the top. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to do the same thing. Stay on the top. This is going to give our cute little ice cream cones some 3D effect. Oh, these are things that I'm really passionate about. Personal development and trying to be the best version of yourself, I think, is so important. And as a mom, I do think that's one of the best gifts you can give your kids, because if you're not doing anything to improve yourself, why should your kids? And when I don't know, I just want the best for my daughter. So I do everything I can to be the example of the best version of myself. We may have different dreams and different goals in life, but the one thing I can say, the most thing I love the most about my mom, she always tried. You know, she wasn't good at everything, but she tried. She tried so hard. All of my parents, actually, they all have this amazing, sick work ethic. They could have the flu, they were still going to work. It was just, and that's what I grew up with. You may not be good at it, but you try, and you try real hard, and you try to be the best version of whatever you're trying to be, and do the best you can. And I think those are pretty important. All right, I think one more layer on our cherry, I think will be pretty good. And then we can outline it, do some highlights, and I think that's going to call it a day. This cute little painting. We're supposed to keep this under 15 minutes. I think I probably went over the limit. All right. Cherry. Oh, we're supposed to add some glitter. There we go. Uh-oh. There we go. Ah, good enough. We're gonna go with it. Add some more right there. There, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's go switch brushes. This one? Yeah, I like this one better. This is a liner brush. All right, and I'm gonna take my red. Well, I need more red. I'm gonna add some highlights. And we're just gonna do swoosh, 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 just to give this a little bit of some 3D appearance. There we go. Swoosh, swoosh. And then we're going to go on top. I'm going to add some highlights in light brown. Some of this caramel brown, I think, up here to our fudge. Oh, you know what? We could add some fudge down here too. Because, you know, maybe you got drippy fudge like it is right there. Dripping off the side. That's up to you. If you want to add drippy fudge, you can add some drippy fudge. I'm going to grab some white. I'm going to add some white highlights. Again, swoosh, 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 swoosh. We are power painting at the moment. So if you want to give yours a little more time to dry, that's cool. And we're going to do it right here. You can also do this with a paint pen. And then I think we're going to outline it with a paint pen too. And I'm going to add, so when you do like little thin ones, let your brush barely touch. There you go. Oh, I love it. All right, let's add a little sunshine to our little cherry right here. Perfect. All right, we're going to add some highlight to our cone, which I kind of forgot to do that on here. We're just going to go nyum, 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 painting with sound effects, nyum. There we go. Cool. And then if you want, as a little side note, oh no, I got some purple. Add some, cover that up. There we go. So essentially, oop, 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 one more. We got to add our stem. Get your liner pen. Add your stem. Quick, quick, quick. All right, here we go. And add our stem. There we go. So essentially, you could call it done right there. And that would be super cute. It's a super adorable kids project. So if you come with us on Friday night on April 5th at Cherry on Top Ice Cream Shop and you want to do this instead of the generational painting, that is totally cool. It's totally optional. Just because we do a generational painting of like portrait painting of like I'm going to do me and my daughter and my mom all in one painting, and it's already pre-traced and easy to follow. So you don't have to be an artist. I'll have a canvas set out where it's pretty much you're kind of filling in the blank if you choose to do it that way. But if you would rather just do an ice cream cone, that's totally cool too. It's your painting and your project and whatever you want to do. So I fully support that. Now, if you want, you can call it done there, or we're going to let it dry and then we're going to outline it real quick. All right. All right. So I dried it and we are good to go. So this is something similar to what the generational painting is. But it's going to be 3 of these. And I've altered it so everybody can have a different hairstyle and you can make it specifically for what you are. Like I did mine with, my daughter has light blonde hair, so I did hers with light blonde hair and I changed this to a butterfly. And then she had like little hoop earrings and she likes to wear pink. And I did mine with a braid. I didn't have all the big hair. I did mine with a braid and like cute little earrings and like, you know, wearing my flannel and my vest because that's how I do. And then my mom has like a short pixie cut, so she didn't have any of this really. And then she wears a lot of purple, so it's very very able to create it to whatever your specific family is. And it's totally cool. Characteristics, that was the word I was thinking of. I couldn't think of the word. It's very changeable to whatever characteristics you want. All right, so now we're going to outline our adorable little ice cream cone here. I like the Deco-Color paint pen. And then we're just going to just follow the outline. Everything looks beautiful outlined. Good. And then just add a couple little near them there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe don't do that. And then go around the outside. There we go. And a little more swooshies here and there. Give it some dynamicness. Doesn't have to be beautifully perfect. You do as little or as much as you want. There we go. And then we're going to outline our hot fudge. Oh, mine got a little messy. Outline our cherry on top. There we go. And voila! We have our cute little ice cream cone. And then, if you are still with me and you want to add glitter, I fully support it. I would. What do I have over here? Oh, I forgot I have metallic gold. Oh my goodness, I have all these glitters. I didn't even use them. All right, so in this one, I added some glitter around there. I got, this one. Oh, this one we're going to use this time. This one's one of my favorites. This is rose gold glitter. All right. I'm just going to dab this on top. Give it a little extra sparkle. This is kind of almost like a glue consistency. I'm just going to throw it in a couple places. Oop. Make sure your paint's dry. Maybe do it on my highlights. Dab it there, there. Now, it's going to be hard to see on the camera, but it definitely looks super cute in person. There we go. And I think for this one and that glitter effect, you know what? No. I do want to add this. Oh, I forgot our jimmies. Shoot. Let's grab back to our filbert. Add some more dabs there, more dabs there, more dabs there. And there you go. So that part. And then, so if you want to add jimmies, you're just going to take whatever colors you got on your plate. Take your fine liner brush. Dip it in. I used orange, and you're going to go dot, dot, dot. Okay? Dot, dot. Or I think we called them sprinkles too growing up. What did you call them? Did you call them jimmies or did you call them sprinkles growing up? I want to know. And then tell me what state you're in, because I am curious. I'm going to take some red, dot, dot, dot. Oop, got some water on that brush. Take the water off. Dot, dot. Here we go. Oh, let's do some pink jimmies too. I think when I was a kid, like a little kid, we called them jimmies. And then when I got older, they were sprinkles. I wonder if that's a generational thing too. All right. And maybe some brown chocolate jimmies. Sprinkles. There we go. All right, and I think that'll call this one done. And, you know, it's a cute little, quick little project. Doesn't need to take forever. Watch your hand. I had brown on my hand and I kept dipping it down. So, real quick, let's to recap our 3 wisdoms of pearls of wisdoms. Wisdoms of pearls of wisdoms. To recap our 3 pearls of wisdoms. So, follow your dreams. 100% follow your dreams. Do that thing that God put in your heart to do. Have a well thought out plan to get you to success. Otherwise, without a plan, a dream is just a wish and you ain't going to get very far. And then you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. You don't need to be everybody's cup of tea. You need to be your cup of tea, and that's about it. Just be your cup of tea. You need to like you before anybody else could even think about liking you, because if you don't like you, it's going to show. And if you don't like yourself, why should anybody else like you? So decide who you are, who you want to be, like yourself first. Take the time to make some important decisions. And thirdly, be very, very, very careful who you surround yourself with. Be very picky about who your friends are. If your friends are losers, you're going to be a loser too. If your friends are winners, there's a good chance you're probably going to be a winner too. Because the people that you're around influence the decisions you make. So be very aware of that. And take a cute little picture of this painting. I want to see it. Post it on my Facebook at facebook.com/backyardartclub. So Backyard Artist was already taken. So Backyard Art Club. And on YouTube. And my name is Kelly Connor. Thank you for painting this with us. And I hope to see you at Cherry on Top Ice Cream Shop in Malacca Hill this Friday, April 5th at 6 p.m. Get there a little early because their ice cream is freaking amazing. And you're going to want to get yourself a scoop. So, I'll see you soon. Thanks.